in the driver's seat. I mean, it's obvious. We felt that if it wasn't the Clippers, it would be the Lakers. But at the same time, this is not going to be a cakewalk. This is not going to be a cakewalk in this series. And if they get past this series, Miami or Boston is going to give them a challenge as well. Not saying they won't win it, but this is not a cakewalk. And, you know, I like what the Lakers have done. They took care of business and made sure to say, hey, you guys want us to play the Clippers? We're going to do what we need to do, and we're waiting. But it didn't happen. But now they're playing against a Denver Nuggets team that is very confident and believes in themselves. Yeah. And look out. I think, hey, let me say this also. 6 games, minimum. This is going to go 6 games minimum.
So I have the Nuggets in 7, and I haven't changed that. And this is why. You look at this Laker defense, and it's been so dominant. And the thing about the Laker defense is in the first round, right? If you can double team Dame and you're passing it off to Nurkic, and then there's a variety of shooters, but that's your goal. Second round, you're guarding James Harden. You double team him. You force Russell Westbrook and other players to beat you. The problem is if you double team Jamal Murray that just had a 40 ball and has had 50, 50, 40 in this postseason, you're throwing it to Nurkic. And now he's throwing no-look backdoor passes. Happen. He's throwing shots out to open three-pointers. He has his own floater. He can post up the small. So that's why the Denver Nuggets have been so good, is because you can't double team him. You can't double team Jamal Murray. And then if you do, you're passing it to the best big man in basketball that can dominate you from a variety of ways. So I still think the Denver Nuggets are a problem that the Lakers have not seen, and I think that's why they have a chance to win this thing in 7.
I disagree. I disagree with you, Richard Jefferson. The Lakers is going to win. The Lakers are going to win. They're going to match up with that team a lot better. They have actually in this series, Nurkic going to have to play some defense, so that's going to wear him out. Because if they start AD at the 5, Nurkic going to have to guard, going to have to play defense on AD. So therefore, he's going to be extending a lot of effort on defense, which on the offensive end, that's going to take away from his offense, because he's going to have to run. He's going to have to run the floor. He's going to have to get back and play some defense now in this series. It's not going to be like the Clippers series where he didn't really have to play no defense against the Clippers bigs because they weren't very effective. But in this series, he's going to have to play some defense. So that's going to be a whole different ball game this series because it's the matchups. AD and Nurkic, yeah, he might be effective on the he may be somewhat effective on the offensive end, but on the other end, he's going to have to play some defense. So.
Well, look, if you look at the Nikola Jokic issue, I want you guys to take a listen to Frank Vogel here. He broke down what he's seen this postseason from Jokic. Take a listen real quick.
Yeah, Joker is one of the most unique players in the world, and one of the most unique players ever to play the center position in this league. What he's able to do, he basically can hurt you in all ways. He can hurt you at the three-point line, in the pocket, playing the 4-on-3 game in the post, and obviously with his passing, which they understand his abilities up there, passing the basketball and do a great job speed cutting through the lane.
So that is the matchup so many people are going to be watching, the Joker against the Lakers front line. How do you see that shaking out, Richard?
Well, I think Joker's going to get, everything that he wants because of the way that Jamal Murray is playing right now, and he's drawing so much attention. It's raised the level of Jokic. Look, so many times we're like, well, how are they going to guard LeBron? How are they going to guard AD? Well, the bigger question in this series to me is not LeBron or AD or even Jamal Murray. It's really about Jokic, because Jokic can do all the things offensively that we have not seen from
work on the defensive end.
So that's going to be the question: is how in this series
straight up,
how Jokic is guarded and how dominant he can be with the Laker defense.
And I want to add to that, with that, you can put Jokic, like you said, anywhere on the floor. I think the keys to this game, one of the keys is Jokic. Does he dominate that matchup, or does AD? And like you said, when you double team Jokic, he has a lot of shooters, and he has that guy Jamal
They're
Murray.
not going to double.
The question for me with the Lakers are the shooting, the three-point shooting. If you go double team LeBron, if you go double team AD, now the thing is, they were 11th in the playoffs right now in shooting, in 3-point shooting. That's a question. You got to hit shots. And if I'm Denver, I'm gonna if we're gonna lose a series, we're gonna lose it because someone else that wasn't named LeBron James or Anthony Davis beat us.
Yeah, and you can't do that with Jokic. You can't make someone other than Jokic beat you because that's how he beats you, by creating open shots for other players.
But let me ask you, Vince, about what you're saying about LeBron and AD.
That's true, because the Nuggets got 3-point shooters, so you cannot leave nobody open. You have to stay home on the shooters and make Jokic beat you, period. Just make him, if he's going to score 100 points, make him score it. Make him work. Make him work for every point and wear him out. Because he's not going to be able to do that every game. So just play him one-on-one. Make him, if he's going to have to score all the points, make him score all the points, period. And just stay home on the 3-point shooters and you good. Everybody just match up and stay home. That's how you do it. Don't switch. Well, you might have to switch on certain pick and rolls, but just stay home on all 3-point shooters, period. And then the Lakers got them. And that's how you win. That's how you can win.
Normally, you can say on some of LeBron's past teams, especially once Kyrie left Cleveland, no offense, Richard Jefferson, if we don't let LeBron beat us, who else is going to beat us on that team? On this team, can you really isolate and say we're not going to let LeBron or AD beat you? Is the Denver defense stout enough to take care of both of those guys?
It's tough. Like I said, if AD's playing like he's playing, it's going to be tough. But at some point, there's going to be focus on two guys. And every time one guy gets the ball, whether it's in the post or on the wing, you're going to shade to him. And you're saying, okay, we're shading because such and such is going to beat us. Whoever that may be. Whoever you're deeming the guy that's going to beat you, that's who's going to beat you. So it's everything's up for of question right now. But Jokic, he's the man.
No.
No, he is the man. There's not much to say. But look, Anthony Davis, the one good thing is because of Anthony Davis, because of JaVale McGee, because of Dwight Howard, in the post, and that's why I don't think we're going to see him in the post very, very much. Because in the post, these guys can just guard him one-on-one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They can guard him, and you have guys that can move around with them. They're not like...
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Jokic is not going to be able to do what he want to do in this series as he did in the Clippers series, because you got Anthony Davis, you got JaVale McGee, and you got Dwight Howard. You got guys that can match up with him, and they're mobile. So it's going to be a different ball. It's going to be a different look for Jokic now. And plus, on the other end, he's going to have to literally play defense, because on the Lakers, they got their bigs can put it on the ground. Their bigs can run. They run the floor, and they're more effective on the offensive end. So now Jokic, he's going to have to play some D. Like, he literally going to have to play. He's going to have to and he's going to have to hustle back on defense, because the Lakers bigs, they run. JaVale McGee, he's a runner. Dwight Howard's a runner. AD is a runner. So Jokic going to have his hands full this series.
Big stiffs. They're not like Nurkic or somebody like that, or Steven Adams, that would be having to chase him around. So you can keep these huge versatile bigs that the Lakers have.
See?
So they're going to keep him on the perimeter. He's going to be on the perimeter. He's going to be at the elbows, because now he can pick you apart and play one-on-one. That's why he's such a matchup problem.
RJ, he's no little man down there. He's no little man down there. And if he gets to working down there,
you got to live with him on the block.
No. Agreed. Yeah, exactly. But if he's getting comfortable and he's scoring on your bigs, he gets the right in foul trouble.
You're not going to get him in foul trouble.
What happens then?
You living with that?
Yes. There you go, Rich. There you go, Richard. You living with that. You living with that. You live with
This
him.
is why you're living with that. AD, you wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year. You were upset about
right.
that. Go show it. Dwight Howard, you're a multi-time Defensive Player of the Year, albeit you're not in your prime. You got to go deal with that. We're not going to double team. You're going to take those lumps, or you're going to prove that you're a great defensive team.
Let's live with it.
It's going to be
put
so
AD in
good.
foul trouble?
Ain't no foul trouble.
Well, I'm just hopefully that AD gets him in foul trouble.
Exactly. It's gonna be both
Down
ways.
in the series, later on in the series, but not in the beginning. You don't want him in foul trouble.
He's not gonna get in foul trouble.
You don't want AD in foul trouble. I agree.
I do
But
agree
that's
with
not
both of
gonna
you. It's
happen.
going to be a long and good series.
It'll be good.
So is the East. Coming up, you guys are going to see my interview with my...
My predictions is AD is gonna make him work on the defensive end, and they're gonna wear him out. Jokic gonna be a little bit tired from getting up and down, because the Lakers bigs can run. So that's my prediction. That's my matchup predictions. If Lakers just stay home on the shooters and just play Jokic one-on-one, that's it, and they got it. So that being said, I hope you like this Lakers Denver Nuggets preview and this breakdown, and we'll see what happens in the series. And hopefully, from my preview, the Lakers we'll see what happens. All right, and leave your comments below. Let me know what you think the breakdown is going to be and what's going to happen. Leave a comment below.